holding my door open with no warrant. Okay, I'm gonna shut it. We'll see you guys in a little bit when you figure this out, all right?
Move out the way.
Oh, hey.
Hey, get over here.
Identify yourself. That is obstruction.
What crime did I commit?
There's no crime, but I'm identifying you. Okay.
Turn around. Because I didn't do anything. Okay, turn around.
I understand that you're here, but I don't know if this dumpster belongs to you or somebody else in the
It belongs to me.
To you and you alone.
Yes.
Can you prove that that dumpster belongs to you?
Late at night, 2 cops show up at a family's house demanding to search it without a warrant. They claim they're looking for someone named Titi, who never lived there. When the family says no and tries to close the door, one officer blocks it with his leg, then escalates the situation and arrests them for resisting. The video captures the shocking abuse of power, intimidation, and illegal entry attempts. And the kicker? All charges were dropped, but the officers faced no consequences.
Come inside.
Yeah, we ain't gotta no. Fuck you. We ain't gotta let you come in for shit.
Like that, man?
Cause fuck you.
Because you guys
Man,
are
fuck all that. Fuck all that, bro. You ain't getting no play here, bro. I promise you, you ain't getting no fucking play. Fuck you.
Okay.
Call the judge, whoever you got to call. Let's get Grady here.
Okay.
Get your supervisor here. Fuck
Who's
that.
the black male in here?
Huh?
You
Bring the black male here, bitch, and I'll put everything in my pocket on it. Let's bet on it. Let's bet on it.
Okay.
Let's
I
bet
know
on
there's
it.
a black male.
I bet there ain't.
inside
Let's
here.
bet on it. And you ain't coming in to check. I bet that. Put him in the
This is your
bedroom.
house?
This is my house.
And don't tell him shit. Now, we ain't got. This is his house. Come here. Fuck
Keep
that, bro.
coming.
Come on.
Well, then
Different
keep
hours,
coming because he's
times.
not
Oh,
here.
well,
I'm
you ain't seen him
telling
come in. I
So
guarantee
who's
it.
the black male here?
There ain't a black male here. You're the only black male here. Dude, you're right. You're the only one
you.
here.
I'm telling you, TT is
Hey, you got me
Stop coming to my fucking house and asking for TT.
He's not here.
Man, fuck you.
Come
Who
at
are
me
you?
like
You're
this.
on our fucking
your hand
property. Who
down.
are you?
Don't come
You're a
and
fucking
do
public
all that.
servant. You're here to serve us.
No, you're not
Fuck you
coming
mean?
in.
We ain't
You
criminal
ain't going
shit.
in anywhere.
We ain't. Fuck
Okay,
that.
so who's the black male?
Ain't
inside?
you?
Okay,
You make yourself
there's
look dumb. Get that shit on
somebody
camera.
here.
Make that
No,
bitch
it's
look
not.
dumb.
Recording.
I
Fuck
know
that.
there's a black male.
Make them. There ain't a black male here. Fuck you.
I will
And you
put
ain't
my
coming
life
in.
on it. He's
Yeah,
not
you can
here.
yell, you can scream,
give a
you
fuck.
can
You ain't
curse.
coming in.
That's fine.
You ain't coming in, pussy boy. That I stand on 10 toes about that shit.
Okay. What I'm telling you is we're not leaving.
Yeah, you are.
Somebody's here.
No.
You're leaving. Good night.
Okay. We're not leaving. That's
Yeah,
what
you
I'm
are.
telling you. So
Well, we're gonna stand here
till
all
we
night, I
figure out
guess.
who this
That's
black
fine.
male is. And
There
now-
is
You.
no black male
You.
here. I'm telling you.
Okay. Okay. And this is your house, right?
This is our house.
Okay. And you know everybody in the house.
I absolutely have a lot of them are my kids.
Tell them to get their motherfucking supervisor here. You don't gotta keep answering these
Exactly.
public servants' questions. We pay these pussy motherfuckers. They ain't getting no play here, I guarantee it.
It's a common tactic for cops to flex their authority in an attempt to coerce a homeowner to grant them entry. This intimidation tactic weighs itself heavily on a citizen's fear of arrest. In every warrantless entry into a person's home, there is a presumption that the entry is unreasonable. The burden to overcome that presumption is on the state. To do so, the state must fit the specific search into one of several exceptions to the warrant requirement. Each state is different, so I will cover Colorado as it is the state I reside in. Be sure to look up the specific distinctions in your state. The 3 main exceptions to the warrant requirement are consent, probable cause with exigent circumstances, and emergencies that threaten the life and safety of another. Consent is obvious. Don't give it. Do not ever open your door. In fact, pretend to not be home. If they could have gotten a warrant, they would have. And if they do have one, they can slide it under the door or elect to break it down. As far as exigent circumstances, a warrantless entry into a person's home to conduct a search is presumptively unreasonable unless both probable cause and exigent circumstances exist at the time of the search. Some examples are a fleeing suspect, destruction of evidence, a legitimate claim of emergency threatening the life and safety of another, or there is a threat to the life of the officer. So far, these officers are unable to fit this search into any of the above, and instead prevent the door from being closed and then threaten the occupants with harassment by telling them that they will keep coming back at all different hours, despite the fact that the man they were looking for has never lived there and hasn't visited for over 6 months. Remember that it is 1:30 in the morning.
You ain't getting no play here. I'ma stand on it. Fuck you. Y'all done came here 6 times. There ain't no black male here. Do your fucking research. Stop pulling bitches over trying to generate revenue. That's what y'all do. And I'll stand here all day. I got all day. Let's run it.
Well, let me ask you this. Let me ask you this.
If he's wrong, what they gonna do?
Let me
if he's
ask you
wrong?
this.
That's
What
what I wanna know.
precisely
Boy.
is it you're waiting for?
Fuck that. They want to turn up out. Turn this bitch up
He
a notch.
says.
Hold on, there's nothing
They
you
said
can be
they
waiting
seen
on
him
that's
come
going to
in.
change the outcome.
I'm not calling supervisor. I want all the sheriffs. I want the real sheriff.
Why
Not
does
this
he
pussy
keep
ass
getting
freaking
let out?
cop, not this rookie cop. Get the fucking supervisor here. That got sense.
All right.
That has sense. We don't deal with no
More than
rookie,
welcome
man.
to call him. You got
Get
a
him
phone
here,
in your
please.
hand?
Get him.
Remember this statement, as it holds a lot of weight in the outcome of this video.
You're more than welcome to call him. You got
Get
a
him
phone
here,
in your
please.
hand?
Get him the fuck here. Get Grady himself here, please. I bet he knows more than both of y'all. You're gonna make yourself look dumb, is what you're about to do.
Okay.
Okay. I'm gonna file a complaint on your bitch ass too, because I know how to
This is
do
the
all
fourth
that.
time.
You got a phone? in
Fourth
your hand?
time.
I do. And you're on record, so act retarded.
Okay.
Go ahead, act stupid. I want you to. I love it. Because you're going to be wrong in the end. I'm going to be right. I can stand up. That's all I can stand on. I'm going to be right in the end, homeboy. Can't do nothing about it. Dumbass. I know there's a black male here. Yeah, it's you. You're the only black male here, buddy. Motherfuckers are retarded. I don't get it. Knock on the door twice. Fuck that, bitch. That's harassment at this point. Fuck you. You don't got to deal with them. Shut the door again. I shouldn't have never opened it again. That's how you do that. You leave the bitch right out there knocking until their hand falls off. But yep, white male, uncooperative, ain't hearing none of that shit. Ain't a criminal. Don't give two fucks what y'all got going on. None of that, buddy. Get your supervisor, please. Somebody that has more sense than both of y'all. We're tired of dealing with stupidity.
Jeff.
Especially some fucking Lake Hamilton cop. What the fuck? Where's Turner? Fuck, get super cop here. I'd rather deal with him. That's sad.
10, 12 times 4.
No, times 1. Supervisor. I don't even want to talk to y'all. Get the supervisor here. But when y'all look dumb, I want to know what's going to happen. When y'all do, if you do want to come in and you look dumb, what are you going to do about that?
Yeah, right.
What are you going to do about that
What
when
is
you
it
look
you're
dumb?
waiting on? What are you doing?
That's what I want to know, though.
Alan, hold on. I can't even hear.
I'm not
What is it
subjecting
you
nothing.
think you're doing right now? What are you waiting on?
Okay. Listen to me. Okay. We have an officer in the back.
Good.
And what do you see? He did not see it. I bet. Let's bet on it, please.
This is the first instance in the video that the officers claim that another officer saw a black male inside the residence. But this claim was false. If the police have an arrest warrant, they are authorized to enter the home of the person named in the warrant, but cannot enter a third party's home to arrest that person.
If you're wrong, what would you willing to put on it then? If you're wrong, I'll let you come in right now.
Go get a
and
fucking warrant. Go get a fucking warrant for the black guy that's in here.
Hey, watch
Get
out!
the-
Hey,
hey,
that's assault.
get-
That's
hey,
assault. No,
get-
that you get out of the way. You're stopping him from
Film
shooting us on
that.
his
Why are
property.
you holding? I'm shutting my door. Do you have a warrant?
If you hit him, you're going to jail.
I'm not gonna hit him.
He needs to get out of the
Do you
way.
have
Why
a
is he not
warrant?
getting off our property?
Do you have a warrant to enter my property?
I'm looking for somebody with a felony warrant.
Do you have a warrant to enter my property?
Supervisor here.
Where's the
Wait for the
warrant?
supervisor.
Do
Wait
you
for the
have a warrant to enter my
supervisor.
property?
where's the
Wait for
warrant?
supervisor.
What are you doing? Do you have a warrant to enter my property?
No, they don't. Obviously.
If he's not here, you guys shouldn't have a problem with us.
It
coming
doesn't
inside
matter.
and
I
checking.
still have a right. Right? Do I have my fucking rights or don't I?
Of course.
So do you have a warrant?
But if he is not here, listen.
All right. The way warrants work, you knock on doors with warrants. You're holding my door open with no warrant.
We're not touching.
Okay, I'm gonna shut it. We'll see you guys in a little bit when you figure this out. All right?
Move out the way.
Oh, hey.
Hey, get it on film.
Officer Gilman intentionally placed himself in front of the door to prevent the homeowner from securing their property. As the man attempted to slowly close the door, the two officers grabbed him and placed him under arrest for assault on a law enforcement officer and resisting arrest. Do you remember this part of the video?
You're more than welcome to call him. You got
Get
a
him
phone
here,
in your
please.
hand?
Get him.
Well, that's exactly what the young lady that was filming did. She stopped the recording to call for a supervisor and was arrested for misuse of an emergency hotline and resisting arrest. This abuse of power, harassment, and conspiring is truly horrendous. All charges were dropped for both members that were arrested, but neither officer faced penalties for their actions. The attorney they hired advised them against a civil suit, and I've recommended that they look for a second opinion. Again, never talk to cops, never open your door for them, always contact.
A routine traffic stop spirals out of control when Officer Lewis nearly runs a man off the road, then tries to arrest him for it. With no crime committed, she demands ID, calls for backup, and falsely accuses the man of obstruction. Despite her own conflicting statements and multiple apologies, her sergeant doubles down, leading to an unlawful arrest. 11 days later, the charges are dropped, and public pressure forces the department to fire Officer Lewis.
81 radio, stand by. It's going to be on Mayfield across from the first access road. Send me another unit because another party does not know how to yield to lights and sirens, and he's sitting here reporting me. Stay there, I'm looking at him off the road.
You okay?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm Officer Lewis with Cleveland Heights. The reason for the traffic stop is the plates on the vehicle are expired.
Yeah,
Not even a big deal. Do you know that guy behind me in the
I
Porsche?
was trying to hurry up and move
You're
over.
good. No, you're good. You did the right thing. I'm put my lights out and sirens. He did not move over. I'll give you the plate to the other vehicle that's out with the confrontation. I apologize.
You almost ran me off the road.
I initiated my lights and
I didn't hear
sirens.
anything.
What, was your music on? Because I had the lights and sirens on, sir. I apologize.
You're wrong.
He stopped abruptly.
I'm gonna let
Okay, I'm not wrong. The lights and sirens were activated.
You ran me
Okay,
off the road
I did not
almost.
do that, sir. The lights and sirens on my
you apologize
marked
for your
patrol because he stopped abruptly, causing me to stop
And I
abruptly,
almost caused
causing
accidents.
you to stop abruptly.
Right.
And I apologize for that. However, the lights and sirens were on. Okay, the police vehicle is marked. You can clearly see it's a marked patrol vehicle. I initiated lights and sirens. I'm not going to argue, and I'm telling you I do. I'm going to tell you I do apologize that he did stop
But I'm
abruptly.
gonna tell you the disconnect.
Nobody was wrong.
I'm gonna tell you the disconnect, right? So between the public and you as a public
You wonder,
servant,
you just said driver check, okay?
if there's something wrong and you actually
Yeah.
did it, all you say, my bad. I'm
And I
sorry,"
did. I just
and
said,
keep going.
I said my bad. I said I activated I initiated a traffic stop in a marked vehicle with lights and sirens. If you didn't hear the sirens or see the lights,
I mean, you called back up for your place.
well, I called back up because somebody is getting out of a cop car.
Sergeant Wolf arrived on the scene and immediately made assumptions without properly assessing the situation. He accused Mr. Kern of obstruction, despite having no legal basis for the claim. Wolf's actions reflect a broader issue within law enforcement.
I mean, you called back up for your safety, but
Well, you don't pull up behind an officer on a traffic stop.
you don't even know what's going on.
You're right, I don't.
So why are you saying that?
Because I'm here and what you're doing right now is against
She
the
almost
law.
ran me off the road.
Okay, well then you should have pulled over for lights and sirens. She said it on the radio that you didn't yield. And it's on dash cam, I'm assuming.
This the disconnect, man.
Sir,
I'll tell you what, let her finish her business and then we can sit down and talk like
we're good.
adults.
I'm gonna let him go. We're good. I'm gonna let him go.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. What was your last name?
My last name?
Yeah.
Why do you need my last name?
Because I'm asking who I'm talking to. You asked me who you were talking to.
Well, not now you're going to be under arrest because what you're doing is illegal.
Listen.
What you're doing is illegal. I can charge you for interfering with
Just give me your last name.
Why?
Because I'm conducting business with you right now.
Where my friends you want to be.
10-4, that's not going to
how
be
it
good.
works. What's your RS?
Stand by.
What's your reasonable articulate
Okay.
suspicion of my crime?
I'm going to get rid of him.
Hold on, I'll explain to you, okay?
Am I being detained? Am I being detained?
If you want to be.
10-4, that's
No,
not
that's not how it works. What's your RS?
Stand by.
My RS?
Articulate
Okay.
suspicion of my
Okay,
crime.
here,
I'm gonna get
first,
rid of
okay,
him.
hold on. I'll explain it to you, okay? Doing what you're doing right now.
No, sir, she almost ran me off the road.
Okay. Again, you didn't yield to lights and siren. You came out.
She was next to me and stopped and almost ran me off the fucking road. What are you talking
okay,
about?
listen to me. You asked my reasonable articulable suspicion. It's not a
I'm not
probable
under
cause.
arrest. If you arrest me, you violate my rights.
I don't want to arrest you. We have to
You're
ID
going to
you.
violate my rights. That's what you're going to
Okay,
do?
we have to ID you. You understand that? Yes, we do.
All right, I'm going to videotape it.
Okay, we got you on camera
I'm
too.
going to call, they come get the car. You're violating my rights.
I'm getting. Who's getting what car?
They can come, because you're going to arrest
Radio,
me,
another
right?
car here. I got a male who's obstructing.
No, I'm not.
And, he's refusing to identify himself. So I'll take a report on it, but I need your ID.
No.
Yeah.
I'm dealing with her.
The misuse of authority to intimidate civilians. Ohio Revised Code 2921.29 clearly states that identification is required only when there is reasonable suspicion of criminal activity. Since Mr. Kern was not involved in any criminal offense, his refusal to provide identification was lawful. However, Officer Lewis and Sergeant Wolf ignored this fact, pressuring Mr. Kern into complying and eventually handcuffing him without cause.
Listen, talk to me. Just do me a favor. All I'm asking you,
I'm a private citizen.
just take your hands out of your pocket while we're talking,
Right.
okay? I called for backup, all right?
Yeah.
I initiated a traffic stop. I understand you and I and that gentleman, we all just saw what happened, okay? I'm calling for another person because I'm dealing with one person who I don't know who I'm dealing with.
I'm not
And you get out, listen, sir, let me speak. Let me explain to you. I call for another person because I have a man getting out of a car walking towards me. You know how society is. I know how society is.
Open the door.
Now listen, I'm asking you to identify yourself so I can let my dispatcher know who I'm out with. If you don't identify yourself, that is obstruction. You are the one that came
Obstruction
out.
is a secondary crime. What crime did I commit?
There's no crime, but I'm
So there's no crime, I don't need to
identifying you. Okay.
Thank you.
I need your driver license.
Look, man, I'm sorry. I'm going to have to arrest you if you don't identify yourself.
She just said it was no crime.
Listen.
Obstructing is a
What
crime.
Obstructing is a
You
crime.
need to identify yourself, guys.
She almost ran me off the road.
And then I still have to identify you.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
Okay, well, I'm going to call anything in the car. You can arrest me.
Okay, turn around.
Because I didn't do anything.
Okay, turn around.
I didn't do anything.
Listen, just all you have to do is...
I don't have my ID with me.
Okay, what's your cell phone?
That's all we asked for.
For what?
What's your last name, sir?
Kern, man.
Kern?
You know what happened. Why are you letting him do
Listen,
this?
he's a sergeant.
He's violating my rights.
He is not. He
Have a
didn't
seat. We're going to give you
identify
a ticket when we
yourself.
send you on your way. Do you have a valid driver's license?
Yeah, I do. You violate my rights, man.
Were you getting a ticket for interfering with the traffic?
How did I interfere? She almost ran me off the fucking road.
And you could have pulled off and waited and called.
I did wait when she said wait.
You were out here talking to her. Have a seat.
Mr. Kern, just
Don't push me, man.
Have a seat.
Why are you so full of machismo, man?
Dude, have a seat. I'm not putting up with your bullshit, okay? Have a seat.
What's wrong with you, man?
Have a seat.
Sitting down.
All the way in.
if he
He's going
checks,
for obstructing. Or he's getting a
you're
ticket
gonna.
for
I don't.
Is he valid?
I don't know. I'm waiting for the radio to say. What? So this is what happened. That vehicle matched the description of the vehicle from Weird Shit yesterday.
Okay.
I saw it. I initiated a traffic stop.
Okay.
That person, instead of like pulling over, he stopped abruptly.
Okay.
And I'm getting behind him, but he stopped abruptly. This guy was very close to him,
Okay.
and we did. We almost did get into an accident
Okay.
because that driver stopped so
you have your license
abruptly.
on now?
I did. Yes.
Gets a ticket for there's no sense about this.
Okay.
He's getting a ticket for
Radio, you want to see me read back on that?
failing
Yes, I have
to
it.
emergency vehicle?
Yes, radio. I do. That's why I provided
It
it.
was to a Demetrius Raphael Kern. It's a 37-year-old male. He's valid. This one.
So he gets a ticket and then he comes to
Listen, I don't feel I need to give him a ticket for that. I'm
Well, then
cool with
he
this.
goes for obstructing.
Okay, I mean, I'm cool with letting him go. He just, I didn't understand.
He's in handcuffs.
And he's being a jerk.
He obstructed. He refused to identify himself. I'm not going to sit out here and argue with somebody for an hour the legalities of it. You can come to court.
Okay.
So he gets a ticket for obstructing failure to identify himself.
You guys got a
Mr. Kern, just hang on. Just
got a lawsuit coming.
Listen, let me explain to you. Don't get out of the car yet. The sergeant wants me to give you a ticket for obstruction, okay? I'm not going to do anything else. Listen, he's the boss. He is the boss.
I don't have to refuse if I didn't commit a crime. This isn't a stop and ID state.
At this point, it is a traffic stop because you're out on a
almost ran me
traffic
off
stop.
the road.
Mr.
You
Kern,
know
we
it.
just had that conversation. I did not almost run you off the road.
That Tesla has cameras in it. So
Okay.
you guys are going to pay for this.
That's fine.
Officer Lewis gave inconsistent statements. Unfortunately, Mr. Kern couldn't provide Tesla video evidence, explaining that the recording feature was inactive. Despite Officer Lewis acknowledging her mistake and attempting to correct it, the supervisor, too egotistical to admit they were wrong, chose to proceed with the obstruction charge, citing that Mr. Kern was in handcuffs. This action amounts to a secondary violation of Mr. Kern's rights.
Mr. Kern, I apologize. I really do. And this is on body cam, alright? This is, the sergeant's telling me to do this, so... Police have to identify you. You do have to identify yourself.
I broke the law. If I broke the law, I have to identify.
Mr. Kern, you got out of the vehicle in the middle of a traffic stop. I understand that. And I needed to identify you.
This is going to be a heavy lawsuit. Cleveland Heights is going to pay me for this.
For what, sir?
Kidnapping, illegal detainment.
No one's kidnapping
I'm in the
you.
back of your car in handcuffs.
Okay.
I'm kidnapped.
This is not kidnapping. The sergeant placed you under arrest for obstruction. He asked for your information and you didn't give it to him. Listen, I'm going to be... There will be a court date. You and I will both go to it. And our prosecutor's really good and we'll work through it, okay? Listen, I'm just doing what I'm told to do, alright? What do I put for this verbiage? When asked to identify himself, he refused.
So, just for my own... You you activated your overhead?
So we're literally here, and I'm coming up because I saw that car. It looked like the car from yesterday's incident. I ran it. It's expired. I am in this lane. I put my lights on to activate. The guy, instead of like continuing, he like whips over, stops abruptly, and I'm like halfway in between both lanes, and this guy was right behind him. So it did almost cause an accident. Absolutely. No, I was trying to go behind. It would have been a sure clear distance accident. But because of how that guy stopped abruptly, it would have been.
And he stopped and just tried to get out of
Well, and he was pissed because we did almost get into an accident. He was.
You didn't almost get it.
No, all of three of us, it would have been an accident. Yeah, I was going behind that other guy.
He could have gone down the street.
But the guy stopped abruptly, but he did. Then he got out and he's yelling. He's yelling while I'm initiating. Right. So I told him, I said, sir, just stand there. Let me talk to him. I'll come talk to you. And he did. But then he was continuous, because that happened, I called for backup. And then he was upset, rightfully so. It was whatever. Why are they assholes? Was that necessary? Alright, here's your property.
Hold on, let me get this here.
Sure.
It was pushing on my cuffs, I didn't, man.
Janky rest, yes. Do you want to sign or are you going to refuse? Alright, I'm going to give you a copy of it.
You guys violated my rights. You know.
Well, we'll all be in court.
Despite Officer Lewis apologizing for almost causing an accident, she and her supervisor, Sergeant Wolf, continued to escalate the situation. Mr. Kern, in handcuffs, was charged with obstruction, a charge that was clearly unfounded, as evidenced by the dismissal of the case 11 days later, due to lack of evidence. Officer Lewis herself appeared conflicted during the encounter, apologizing multiple times, but ultimately deferring to her superior's insistence on pressing charges. This further illustrates how poor supervision can exacerbate situations that could otherwise be peacefully resolved.
You're probably the only good cop on the force.
I'm not trying to be a bad cop. I was literally not trying to even have any of this happen, and I did apologize.
You apologize, but you're following his directives.
He's a sergeant.
Yeah, but still, you swore oath to the Constitution.
Right.
And you know what's right and wrong. And sometimes you gotta stand up to people.
Listen.
No.
When asked for your information, you have to identify yourself. At this point, we're on a traffic stop together.
But you still have to.
A traffic stop is not a crime.
And I asked him, am I being detained? And nobody answered that.
Listen.
So I did it. I covered all my bases.
All the stuff's going to be typed in the report.
If I was being detained, I had no choice but to give you my ID. That's why I specifically asked.
Yeah.
Am I being detained?
Well, at that point, it's a traffic stop.
But still, if I'm being detained, you should tell me. And if I'm not being detained, I'm free to go. And it's in a situation.
Well, right now, you're free to go.
Yeah.
All right? I hope that you feel better. And I'm sorry that all this had to happen this way.
You didn't do nothing.
Well, we did. We got into a little accident, almost a middle accident.
You did your job.
And I apologize.
Things happen in life. He violated my rights.
Well, we're going to work through it, all right? I don't think he violated your rights. He wanted you to identify yourself, and you didn't. All right?
You know you swore oath.
Say again?
You swore oath.
I did.
That's all I'm going to say.
All right, Mr. Kern.
Thank you.
I hope that you feel better, all right?
I'm going to the hospital.
All right. You going to go to Metro?
Come on, right there.
Yes, sir.
A black lawyer was taking out the trash at his own office in Westerville, Ohio, when two cops rolled up and demanded his ID, without any crime, any call, or any cause. Even after he identified himself as an attorney with a business card, they still tried to run his license. But this wasn't some clueless citizen. He knew the law, and when he stood his ground, they backed off, or so it seemed. Body cam footage later revealed they ran his info anyway behind his back. And that's just the beginning. What follows is a string of jaw-dropping examples of racial profiling. One teen body slammed on the sidewalk for texting his girlfriend. Another man told he doesn't belong in his own city. This isn't just disturbing, it's the kind of footage that makes you question who really protects and serves.
Here's my business card.
In Westerville, Ohio, that is lawyer Emmanuel Oluwale. On his own law office property, he is dumping out trash.
All right.
Huh?
Show you my ID.
If you don't mind, just so, yeah, if you don't mind, can we see your ID?
Yeah.
Pretty cool. Well, that is pretty cool. That's a slick business card.
Yep.
All right. I'll give it to him. You can keep doing what you're doing. We're just, again, we're kind of concerned. Yeah, seeing somebody dump a bunch of stuff there. So, okay.
Can I have it back? Look, don't run it. Don't run my card. Don't run my ID.
Huh?
Don't run my ID.
Don't run your ID?
I have no reason to.
He is right.
Well, we're going to at least mark it down. We're going to take down your information.
Nope. I'm on my property, putting trash in my trash
Okay,
can.
but this is not just your property. It's several people's property.
I understand.
Okay.
But I'm not violating any law. So don't
No
run
one
my
said that
ID.
you're violating any law.
No. Don't run my ID. I'm a lawyer. I know my rights.
Okay.
I'm not violating any law. I'm on my property. There's no suspicion. No one called anybody. So don't run my ID. I only identify myself so that this won't escalate.
That's fine, but we can still mark down who we're out with, and so that's what we're going to do.
No.
Yes.
You didn't stop me. Don't turn this into an issue.
Sir, you are turning this into an issue. We're just simply marking down who we're out with.
Yeah.
So he's just going to write it down on a piece of paper.
It's just your name.
Why?
Because, sir, we are out with you because we were concerned that you were illegally dumping.
But you've already discovered. Do you want me to show you my office?
I understand that you're here, but I don't know if this dumpster belongs to you or somebody else in the
It belongs to me.
To you and you alone.
Yes.
Can you prove that that dumpster belongs to you and you alone?
No, he does not have to prove he owns the dumpster.
If it's also other units.
So what? It belongs to everybody. We're paying for it. It doesn't really matter if it belongs to all the units.
That's fine.
Just give me back my ID. Thank you.
Come outside. I didn't do nothing.
In Fort Myers, Florida, the surveillance video shows Jack Rodeman, 16 years old, texting his girlfriend that he was outside her door. Her family had given him permission to be there, but the Florida State Trooper thought he was a thief. Rodeman fell down hard, hitting his head on the bricks.
Oh, fuck! Ow! Fuck! Ow! Stop! Put your hands behind your back. I'm gonna do it again.
And he did it again, while the biracial teenager was on the ground squirming in pain and posing no threat. Christina Rodeman, Jack's mother, believes race played a role.
He was totally profiled. That cop turned around and followed him back that direction.
When you say profiled, what do you mean?
It's a black kid in black clothes.
I didn't do nothing.
By the time Rodeman's girlfriend came out of the house, he was already in handcuffs. The trooper has been identified as George Smirnios. In the arrest report, Smirnios said he followed Rodeman into the backyard because the teen looked suspicious. The trooper alleges Rodeman darted into the bushes and that his behavior appeared to be of a burglar.
I just think he should have called for somebody else for backup. But I mean, his life wasn't at risk. My son wasn't fighting him. I mean, Jack looked totally calm.
I didn't do nothing.
He shouldn't have done that to my kid. I mean, his girlfriend's traumatized, the mom's traumatized, I'm traumatized.
Okay, video. We just noticed you've been following us everywhere.
Right now?
Yeah.
You know why? Because you don't belong in my city.
How we from here?
But you understand, I know who my people are, right? Who belongs here, who doesn't?
Who don't?
We got gang wars going on. We got all kinds of stuff. And I come from the big city where this stuff's small.
Yeah.
Okay? So that's cool. Do your thing.
Oh, yeah. We don't. You say we don't belong in your city, though?
Can I say something?
Yeah.
Okay. You don't. I have never seen you here before, and I know almost everybody here.
Man, I grew up in 101.
Well, good.
I graduated from England High.
Well, good for you. My name's Mike Moore.
You all right?
Okay. I'm not from here. Step away from my car. I'm about to get my dog out.
Ooh, yeah, let's get away from it. Oh, yeah, we don't. You say we don't belong in your city, though?
Can I say something?
Yeah.
Okay. You don't. I have never seen you here before, and I know almost everybody
Man,
here.
I grew up in 101.
Well, good.
I graduated from England High.
Well, good for you. My name's Mike Moore.
You all right?
Okay. I'm not from here. Step away from my car. I'm about to get my dog out.